Hello guys, I hope you are doing the very well. Actually, in this video we'll talk about the labor variance. Okay, what is the direct labor variance is. So if we'll talk about the labor variance, first of all you are already knows about what is the meaning of variance is. Variance is showing that the in actually how much you are paying for the anything and what you have expected. So it's a difference between the standard labor variance, standard expectations, standard budget to actual budget. So it's just defining about the difference between the standard and actual budget, that is called the variance. So here is if you are talking about the labor variance, so labor variance is defining about that the how much you have expected, that means the budgeted or statics standard budgets you have made for the something to do to get the by the labor hours this much or this much you will pay for the labor, but in actually you paid the difference than that. So if even in case you will get the exact what you have expected on did, so if you're getting the exact amounts, I mean the exact the things what you have expected, so no problem, then it's okay, it's the same. So there is a no there is a no variance. But if there is a little bit different, even there is a little bit different, that the variance is only because of the differences only. So it means the expected or budgeted amount of the labor to pay and the actually how much you had paid, that is the difference between you call the direct labor variance. So here is two types of the labor variance. One is call that the direct labor flexible budget variance. Okay, so one is a price rate variance and another is a quantity usage and efficiency variance. So if we see the formula, I mean the direct labor variance rate is equal to difference between actual rate and the standard rate. Standard rate means budgeted, so how much you have budgeted. So budgeted standard rate is called standard rate is called the budgeted rate. So you can be you see there is a difference, is saying that the difference between the actual rate and the standard rates, that is called the labor variance, and also called the pay rate variance or payroll variance. Okay, so I hope you understand that what is the difference and the when it will be the favorable. To understand about the favorable, the actual should be the less than the actually the standard. Actually it is the expense, so expense always should be less than actual rate. I mean the actual expense supposed to be less than the what you have expected, so it will be the good for you, so that will be the favorable. So what the reason would be the for favorable? So for the favorable, is the reason is like the employment of unskilled, sorry it's yes, is the reason could be the employment of unskilled workers at least low rate, so might have caused less payment for the wages. Okay, if suppose if you have the unskilled employees, okay, and they are working for your organizations, then you are paying them to the low rate of the payment. So low rate payments is always showing the favorable variance. Okay, and another thing is that there is a saying there may be more availability of labor force and there is a chance of being payments of low rate wages. Actually here is saying that there may be more availability of the labor force and there is a chance of being a payments of the low wages rates. It means that the so many labors are there. It's like so many labors are in the demand. In demand there is so many labors. So if there is so many labors, then no problem. That means you are paying the low rate to them. Definitely, if there is a vacancy for the one and there is applying the candidate more than the 100, so definitely you will be select to those kind of the labor who is taking the low rate of the payments. Okay, and the third one is some incentive scheme might have been withdrawn. Okay, like some kind of the pension fund, another kind of the incentive which you are providing to the laborers, so that you have withdrawal already from your system. So that would be also could be the reason of the favorable rate of the variance. Okay, another reason is saying that unfavorable rate variance. So it means when it will be occurred, that means an unfavorable. So in the actually it means the bad. Okay, for the bad for you, it means that like you have paid the more amount on the basis of your standard what you have fixed, no. So on the basis of that you have paid the more amount to the labors, so it would be the unfavorable rate of the variance. So first of all it could be employment, the reason why it's arising. So if we'll talk about the employment of more efficient and skilled labor force demanding higher rate of wages. Okay, first of all is the employment of more efficient and skilled labor force demanded high rate of the wages. Supposedly, like you are the hiring experienced people, then definitely you are going to pay to them high level of the amounts. Another one is that sometimes there may be non-availability of the labor force, but they are demanding high rate of the wages. Like suppose you need immediately, but there is no labor supplies in the market. So definitely you will pay to the someone is a more rather than the regular rate. So that could be the reason of the unfavorable variance. Third one is you can let me little bit zoom. And third one is saying that maybe the workers are allowed to work overtime. Okay, in case worker are, and if overtime allowance is more than the normal time rate, so more wages will be paid to the workers. Actually, here then what is happening when the laborers are working in the business organizations, then they are always pretending to the work. They are not doing on the regular way, because they know that if I'll be do the overtime, then they'll get the extra payments. So that's why sometimes the workers are working, leaving the works for the overtime. The fourth reason could be maybe let me okay. Fourth reason could be because maybe we have increased wages rate due to the agreement signed with trade union according to the policy of government. It means like you have like a wages rate just recently in the government schedule that they have increased the labor rates. So that could be also the reason of unfavorable variance. And the five is in a higher rate of wages may be paid during seasonal or emergency operations. Like you have an emergency work, you need immediately employees. So on that time, definitely you'll pay the high rate of payment to the employees. So here is now the direct labor efficiency variance. What is the efficiency variance? Like learning curve, which we have studied on the unit of the 12. There is on a topic which called the learning curve. So according to that basis, we can be also here just saying that the labor efficiency variance. So it's the difference between the actual labor hours and the standard labor hours. So that should be have been used. Okay, actually, so we can see here actual labor hour is equal to actual output into actual hour rates. How much the rates you are paying for the per hour. Thereafter, the standard labor hours equal to actual output into standard. So for the standard is also we are something as a material labor variance. The material variance we are also using for the labor variance is a same standard labor hour. We are using actual output into standard hours output. So that is called the direct labor efficiency variance. And the down one is a favorable efficiency variance. When the favorable efficiency variance will be occurred. So actually it's saying that occur when actual labor hours is less than the standard. Whatever you have expected, that could be the less than the actual labor hours, then it will be favorable efficiency variance. So there is a reason why it could be. So here is a reason. First reason one is saying that it means that employees are working efficiently and have been able to complete the productions in fewer hours than the anticipated. And second one, it could be second one, it could be the effect of learning curve. Learning curve, even the learning curve that we are studying in our 12th units. Is that one. The third one could be hiring of more high skilled labor. Okay, if you are hiring the more skill of the labor, then it could be also a reason of the learning labor curve. Learning labor efficiency curve variance could be the more. It would be the favorables. And last one is the use of better quality of raw material which are earlier to handle. Okay, if you are using the better quality of the materials, then definitely your direct labor efficiency variance would be the favorable. And so when when the direct labor efficiency variance could be the unfavorable. So here is some reason that we can be see there, when the actual labor hours would be the more than the standards, more than the expected. So here is the reason why it could be happen. So it may be because by using workers with less skill than anticipated, and they are taking more time. If they are unskilled, uneducated, the untrained employees, then definitely they will take a little bit more time. And if they are taking the more time, that means your direct labor efficiency variance would be unfavorable. Okay, one is the reason. Another reason is saying that maybe we are using materials low quality that require extra time in production process. Extra time in if you are using the low quality of the raw materials, then definitely it will take a long time to be, because there could be the chances of the more wastage. So if there is a chances of the more wastage, then definitely it will take a more labor hours. So if it's taking the more labor hours, then it will be also one reason of direct labor efficiency variance for being unfavorable. Third one is saying that the lower learning curve achieved during the period than anticipated in the standard. Actually, if there is an employee, you are providing them training, everything, but even they are not getting the well trained, so then it could be also the one reason of that the direct labor efficiency variance could be the unfavorable. Now one is the third one, how to calculate that. To calculating it the same as a material variance. So first of all, you will write the A and then S. A is here is for the materials variance we are using actually the quantity, okay, but for the labor variance we will use the hours, because the hours is represented here on the basis of the quantity on the volume. So definitely you use the actual output into actual hour, how many hours they are taking. Then first of all actual, thereafter standard. Here is in this side on the price rate, actual rate first of all you take, then after you will take standard rate. Okay, so here you will see that in the note is written difference of first two line is price or rate variance or payroll variance. Okay, the first difference of the two line means like as an actual and actual standard. So it means here is a rate are different, that's why it is called the first line is called your price rate variance. Okay, it's called the price rate variance, and the down one is called the quantity variance, because here is a quantity difference, that's why. Okay, so now we can see here even you can see in the rate variance on the actual hours, there is a written that into actual and standard. So one will definitely, if your actual is a less, it is a labor hour, right? So labor hour means that it is a cost. So if your actual cost is more than the standard, then it will be the unfavorable, and if your actual cost is less than the standard, then it will be favorable. So you can be used by this way. I understand that this line. On the last efficiency, on the last note is written that if a standard rate is not given, we can calculate by using this following formula. If the standard rate in the formula in your questions is not given there, then you can be calculate by using this standard rate formula. First, budget or standard total labor hour cost in the dollar, whatever the cost is there, that will take, and you will divide by the total labor hours, how many labor hours they have consumed. Like in the material we are using the total material cost, but a total output. So same we are using it here, that total labor hour cost divided by total labor hour, how many hours they have used. Okay, and the second one is called standard efficiency variance. Is if there is an efficiency variance is given, then you write the efficiency variance, that means the labor variance, direct labor variance, usage variance. You can see that whatever it is divided by actual hours minus standard hours, so you will get the difference. So actually these are the only informations was for the labor direct hours. So let me give you one more review. Direct labor hours, the direct labor variance is labor rate variance is arising because of the difference between the labor hours, expected labor hours, and the actual labor hours. Okay, and it is also called the pay rate variance and the payroll variance. It will be the favorable because one, it will be the actual rate is less than the standard, and it will be unfavorable when the actual rate is greater than the favorable. And there is a reasons which one I have already explained. Here is a direct labor efficiency variance. So direct labor efficiency variance will be the also same like as an actual labor hours will be the greater than the standard labor hours. Then it will be that is representing that the labor efficiency variance. So it will be the favorable when it is the less than actual is less than the standard, and it will be unfavorable when is the actual is greater than the standard. So that is the formula is here is already written. So you can be go once through it and you can be find the exact reason. Here's one example, and questions is here saying that the Chondown Industries estimated output for the period of 80,000 units. It was expecting, that means the planned output is 18,000. However, actual output was 60,500. 16,500 means it was 60,500. There was an actual. So you can see here there is a planned outputs. I mean the budgeted outputs is 18,000, and the actual output was 16,000. So standard direct labor was estimated as 3 hours per unit. So per unit budgeted labor hours was 3 hours, but the actual was it was take the 3.25. It means you have expected less. You have expected 3 hours only, but actually it is take 3.2 hours. So it is greater than the expected. And the third line is saying that the standard rate was 5.50. That means the standard rate was is a little bit greater. Standard rate was expected. The planned rate was per hour is 5.50, but in actually you paid how much? 6.5, because of the labor shortage or whatever it could be. So the direct labor variance are calculated as how you can be calculate the direct labor variance. So to calculate the labor variance, you need how many things? There is an actual labor hours and actual standard labor hours. Okay, and thereafter actual rate and the standard rate. These four things you need, that we have already here. So using that one we can be calculate in actual this one, and the actual rate is also here. So you can be use this. So when you actually is you can see in the questions actual is actual is 3.5. okay, in actually 3.5 is a labor rate, and actual output is 16,500. so you'll multiply, then you'll get the 53,625 hours total. And in actually how much you are paying for the per labor hour? $6. So $6, if you multiply, then you'll get the 321,750. that you'll get the actual amount you had paid. Here then you'll get the same in actual labor hours, and you'll multiply with the standard rate, then you'll get standard rate is there on the questions is already 5.5 is there. So 5.5 you'll multiply, you'll get the 294,938. okay, so here is a 26,812 would be the unfavorable. And here is again we will be calculated the standards, because the standard hours is 60,500 into 3, because your standard rate is actual rate is 3. In actually you will pay just less amount, no? In actually you paid is more, and the 3 hours was one standard. So standard you will multiply with the standard, you will get the standard rate, and your standard is this much. So it is the unfavorable, and both is the unfavorable. So you can understand that this is happening. Why? Because of the reason of the all the reason which we have studied in our unfavorable variance. So that is the reason. So I hope you understand by this. It is a clear concept on this video about the direct labor variance, how it's happening. So I hope you will be understood everything when you will watch this video. Okay, so now I'll become with the next video in the mixed variance. Mixed variance is that's one is also a part of this topic. I mean this units, so we'll be study there. Okay, till that time, goodbye.